Did you know that 9 out of 10 Americans consider themselves healthy? But surprisingly, 2/3 of the country's adults are overweight or obese. The reason? Eating too much unhealthy food and doing too little exercise. Hi viewers, and welcome back to Bestie. We understand that establishing a healthier routine can be difficult, but eliminating some everyday food from your kitchen is a good way to start the process. Specifically, foods that are linked to unhealthy living habits. And in today's video, we'll tell you about the food you should keep out of your kitchen for good. From mayonnaise, whole milk, sweet cereals, processed cheese to white rice and more. Watch until the end to learn about all of them. Number 1. White bread. If you still have white bread in your kitchen, it's time to reevaluate. It contains highly processed carbs, making it a huge barrier between you and a healthy diet. It also lacks fiber and leads to blood sugar spikes. It's a simple carbohydrate that can cause weight gain. It leads to higher risk of diabetes, heart disease, and other lifestyle-related chronic conditions. What's your favorite type of bread? Is it white, brown, sourdough? Tell us quickly down below in the comments section. Number 2. Mayonnaise. Everyone loves mayonnaise on sandwiches, burgers, wraps, and pizza. What you don't realize is you're loading your body with unwanted fat and calories. Just a quarter cup contains 360 calories and 40 grams of fat. Switch to low-calorie condiments like mustard and salsa. You can also use light mayonnaise, which contains just 35 calories and 3.5 grams of fat in 1 tablespoon. Number 3. Granola. This might come as a shock as granola is generally considered a healthy food. But the fact is, this yummy breakfast cereal contains a lot of sugar and too little fiber. Just 1 cup serving of granola can provide 600 calories to your system. You can replace it with a crunchy cereal, which contains more fiber than sugar. Try having a tablespoon of nuts like walnuts, almonds, or berries to satisfy your sweet tooth. If you don't want to give up your granola entirely, sprinkle it over a small amount of low or non-fat yogurt. Number 4. Soda. Did you know that nearly 100% of calories in regular soda comes from sugar or high fructose corn syrup? In fact, it's considered the real culprit behind obesity. It also damages your teeth and leads to cavity formation. Studies have shown that cola drinks can weaken your bones. Processed sugary drinks such as bottled teas, sports, and energy drinks can also drastically increase your calorie consumption without providing any nutrients. Number 5. Canned soups. They might seem healthy, but canned soups contain high amounts of salt. Made correctly, soup can provide a hearty meal packed full of vitamins and other goodness. So if you want to eat it, then stick to making your own. That way you know exactly what goes into it and won't fall into the high salt trap of canned varieties. Number 6. Whole milk. We all swear upon the health-promoting qualities of milk. Rich in calcium and other vital nutrients, it's beneficial for people of all age groups. But whole milk contains saturated fat, which raises the cholesterol levels and triggers inflammation. It also leads to clogged arteries. However, this doesn't mean that you should give up drinking milk. All you need to do is opt for skimmed or 1% low-fat milk. You can also opt for milk from plant sources like soy, almond, or coconut. Number 7. Processed meats. Processed meats have been modified to contain nitrates and other chemical additives to help preserve the meat for longer and enhance the color. Some of them, like sausages, are also made up of leftover unwanted parts of animals, mixed up with high amounts of salt and fat. Eating processed meat can also cause health risks including high blood pressure, heart disease, and some forms of cancer. Number 8. Frozen meals. Although frozen ready meals might be a convenient choice, they offer little in the way of nutritional value. To turn something that sits in your freezer for months on end into an edible meal, manufacturers add in high levels of preservatives and sodium to the food. Rather than filling your freezer with shop-bought ready meals, batch your own homemade alternatives and freeze the individual portions. Number 9. Sweet cereals. Almost every kitchen has this food item. We are not claiming every cereal is harmful to your health, but yes, there are certain cereals with high sugar content. They're definitely harmful to your body. It may make your morning meal taste good, but it'll definitely lead to a lot of health problems in the long run. Number 10. Candy bars. Candy bars are another indulgence that can have serious ramifications on your health. With saturated fat, sugar, and calories, these treats are best eaten once in a while. If they're part of your regular diet, they can lead to serious health problems such as high blood pressure, stroke, and heart disease. Number 11. Flavored yogurt. Yes, flavored yogurt tastes much better than its plain peers, but it also contains double the amount of sugar than the regular one. Fortunately, overcoming the flavorless thing can be done healthily. All you have to do is add chopped fresh fruit of your choice and enjoy. Number 12. Most fruit juices. Fruit juice is often assumed to be healthy. While juice contains some antioxidants and vitamin C, it's also packed with high amounts of liquid sugar. In fact, fruit juice harbors just as much sugar as sugary drinks, and sometimes even more. If you do want juice, make it fresh at home rather than going for the boxed ones. Number 13. Coffee creamer. A lot of people need coffee first thing in the morning, but have you ever peeked at the ingredients on your fancy coffee creamer before pouring it into your coffee? You might be surprised to find the first 3 ingredients are often water, sugar, and then canola oil. Why is it bad for you? Well, it has very little nutritional value, and it does have unhealthy fats. Instead, try half and half, regular cow's milk, or plant-based creamers. Number 14. White sugar. We know we're kind of stating the obvious here, but what wasn't so obvious until recently is that sugar is a far more serious cause of obesity than fat. According to research, the average American eats 90 or more grams of sugar every day. The World Health Organization has an even more restrictive recommendation at only 25 grams per day. It's very important that you keep your sugar levels under control. There are signs that can help you identify when your blood sugar is high. To know what they are, watch this video titled 8 Signs of High Blood Sugar Levels. Now back to foods that should never be in your kitchen. Number 15. Margarine. Butter used to have a bad reputation, with consumers leaning to margarine as a substitute. But palm oil is a main ingredient in margarine, which is high in unhealthy fats like saturated fat. You should try olive oil instead. Number 16. Artificial sweeteners. Studies showed that artificial sweeteners can actually lead to weight gain and make weight loss more difficult. This is because they don't activate your food reward pathways in the brain like natural sugar does. Your brain never gets the signal that your craving's been satisfied, so you keep eating, even more than you would have eaten had you just eaten regular sugar. Not only do these sweeteners cause cravings since they're so sweet, but they also dull your taste for natural sugars like fruit or dairy. Number 17. Hydrogenated oils. Typically used to prepare fried foods, fast food, or boxed baking mixes, these oils are scary. Not only are they calorically dense, but your bodies struggle to break them down, and the byproducts that are formed during digestion are basically toxic. These oils contain high amounts of trans fat, which raises bad cholesterol and lowers good cholesterol, throwing your body totally out of whack. Number 18. Microwave popcorn. Popcorn seems harmless enough. Air pop and stove pop options can turn the movie theater staple into a decent source of satisfying fiber. But most times, it's overloaded with unhealthy fats, sky-high sodium levels, and in some cases, laced with carcinogens. Diacetyl is a cancer-causing chemical found in popcorn's artificial fat. Number 19. Processed cheese. Cheese is healthy in moderation. It's loaded with nutrients, and a single slice packs all the nutrients as a glass of milk. Still, processed cheese products are nothing like regular cheese. They're mostly made with filler ingredients that are engineered to have a cheese-like appearance and texture. Make sure to read labels to confirm that your cheese contains dairy and few artificial ingredients. Eat real cheese instead. Healthy types include feta, mozzarella, and cottage cheeses. Many vegan cheese alternatives can also be good choices. Number 20. Instant noodles. Here's a good rule of thumb. When something has the word instant in the name, it's likely that they're doing something to the food to make it instant. They've probably stripped down and taken away a bit of the fiber and the stuff that you actually need. Plus, the amount of sodium in the instant noodles is extremely high, and they contain what's called MSG. It's a flavor enhancer and it's an addictive substance. It can increase hunger, leading you to eat more. Number 21. White rice. White rice is refined and processed. This means it's generally more destructive to your health than alternatives like ancient grains or wild rice. The main reason? It can have a negative impact on your blood sugar levels. In fact, because of that impact on your blood sugar levels, eating it in excess has even been linked to increasing your risk of type 2 diabetes. While these foods should be kept out of your kitchen at all costs, there are others that are very healthy and should always be a part of your pantry. Which foods are these? Get your answers by learning about the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet or watching foods that can help you live longer. These 2 videos will definitely help you make better food choices for a healthier and longer life. Which of these foods are part of your kitchen and the most difficult to give up? Let us know in the comment section below.